Hi, my name is Donnie. Welcome to the Rave.com. I'm here with John from Sevendust today. Thank you for taking the time to do this with us.
Absolutely.
So you guys are on tour with Asking Alexandria right now from the Destiny tour. But right now it's Wisconsin Metal Fest. It's 20-plus bands. You guys have been here so many times, but is there a different energy, like extra energy to a show like this where it's a lot of bands all together for one big festival type show? I know you guys do a lot of them, but...
Sure, yeah. I mean, most of this tour has been a lot of these kind of... These kind of shows, like on the weekends, like during the week it'd just be the normal tour, but then we'll hook up with a bunch of bands on the weekend, but nothing like this one. This one's, I mean, we've been doing this one for 14, 15 years now. A long
since 97
time.
is the 97 was the first time.
On Lejean's birthday, as a matter of fact, October 3rd, 97 was the first time we came through here on his birthday. He remembers it clearly too.
Wow,
and yeah, man, I mean, it's always cool when you get around, a bunch of different bands that are kind of off the beaten path. I mean, we're fans of them, so it's like, it's cool for us to go and be able to check out different stuff.
That's what I was going to ask. If over the course, you guys have done so many tours, does it start to blend in? But just by the way you're talking,
yeah, no, man. I mean, it's like every day we want to see the schedule because we're like, all right, who's playing when, and when can I coordinate whatever I got to do to go and check stuff out. So that's always cool.
That's cool. You never lose the love of music.
No,
and
man.
Stuff like
I mean, we're fans. We're into it.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. You guys started your own label, Seven Bros Records.
Seven Brothers, yeah.
Seven Brothers Records. Yeah. How has the business decisions changed now that you guys are basically calling the shots? Has your singles changed? Like, would it have been different for your new album with the single if it was with someone else? Or do you think has anything changed, so to speak?
Yeah, I think we tend to not overthink nearly as much stuff as we used to. I mean, there used to be a lot of time and effort spent into trying to decide. The single question is always it's always the tough one.
It almost feels like a crapshoot,
Well, it is, but the thing is like, I think as we, kind of moved into the kind of calling the shots part of it, we realized that most of the people we were asking weren't going to buy the record anyway.
Yeah.
So,
which is kind of weird, right?
It's kind of weird. It's like, okay, why does your opinion really matter in the first place? Because you're not the prospective buyer. So we just, the more we worked into that whole label part of it, we learned to lean on radio stations and a lot of people who,
I'm sure you guys have a lot of personal relationships over the years.
Absolutely,
too.
And that's the thing is we really kind of, we have a lot of trust in a lot of our radio. A lot of those relationships we'd have for decades.
Yeah.
So, it's just not overthinking it. I think just going in and kind of going off your instinct and then going off what other people are telling you based on real research. When you play a song on the radio and it comes back and it tests great, you don't have to worry about whether it's going to work or not. You go, okay, that's a good idea of what most of our market is going to be like. So for us, it's actually gotten a little easier.
Yeah.
We move a little quicker. We kind of get to the point. Gone are the days of spending $4 million to make a record and $1 million to shoot a video.
Yeah.
It's like,
although some of those videos look awesome, they're so
they
glossed
do,
over,
they really do. But oh man, you think about how much money was just blown
away.
Man, we're gonna make it back.
Yeah,
and then, the iPod showed up and everyone went, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Whoops.
What's the future music plans for you guys? Like, you just when's the last when did the last album come out? How
it was the end of March of this past year. So we've been.
Are you guys still writing? I mean, you guys are, I'm sure, always writing. But is there like tentative plans already for a new album, or are you guys just touring now? Or
well, kind of both. We took a year off before we did our latest album, Black Out the Sun. So once we hit the tour cycle this January, we were pretty charged up and ready to go. So we're, I'd say we're still only about midway through this one.
Yeah.
But in January, we're going to duck into the studio for a few weeks, and we're actually going to start working on our acoustic project that we've been talking about for a long time.
I've heard about that for a while. You guys have...
We did the South Side thing back in 2001, but it was just a promotional thing for another record. We were actually pushing the Seasons record, and instead of just
that's
going...
That's a great record, too, by the way.
Thank you, man. Thank
I'm
you.
a huge fan of you guys, too.
Oh, that's cool.
Huge fan.
But instead of just going out and doing the normal, we're going to show up in your town and play a show, we wanted to do more of a personal kind of in-your-face kind of a storyteller's kind of a vibe. And,
yeah.
We did 14 dates of it, and we were lucky enough to shoot the one that we ended up making the DVD and the record from. And ever since then, it's been such a highly requested thing that we were like, you know what? If we do it again, let's do it, but let's not just do it to do it. Let's do it with something that's new and something that's kind of focused on that, because that's definitely an element of this band. Always has been. But we'll duck in January, so that'll be kind of going at the same time. So it'll give us we'll have 2 records that will be kind of working almost at the same time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right on.
So it'll give us the chance to kind of switch gears, going back and forth, which is cool.
Black Out the Sun, your newest record. How did you guys come up with the name of that title of that record?
That was something that's actually from a dream LeJean had. He woke up one morning and he just had that line, and it was one of those lines that just kind of stuck. It was an early one too.
Yeah.
Black Out the Sun, the song actually didn't get finished until much later, but the seed was planted way up on the front.
Yeah.
And it just kind of seemed to fit, because even though we had the break, and even though there was a lot of positivity that came out of it, it was it was a trying period for us.
Yeah.
It was the first time that we ever consciously said, all right, we're pulling the plug on it all.
Yeah.
Just because we want to make sure that we don't wreck it.
Yeah.
Because you can overdo something to the point where, you end up making rash decisions for just, the fact that you've had the blinders on for so long. It's like, you know what, let's miss this for a minute. Let's just step away and get hungry again.
Yeah.
And that's what happened, when we hit the studio, it was like, wow, we hadn't seen each other in so long that it was...
The energy probably came back.
It just came back like that, you know. But for that whole period where we were away, it kind of felt like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What's going on here? So the whole Black Out the Sun thing kind of made a lot of sense for a lot of reasons,
That's really cool. I'm sure a lot of fans, that's an interesting story.
Absolutely, yeah.
And like I said, you guys, the ebb and flow of a band, just any band in itself, it's like being married and stuff like that. And you guys have been, for the most part, a cohesive unit for such a long time.
Yeah, we have. Clint stepped out for a minute, but even with him coming back, I think it proved... it's one thing to be doing it for 20 years, but it's another thing to be doing it for 20 years with the same 5 guys that started it. It's
there's not many changes.
There's not many, and
in some bands, you see their Wikipedia is like 20.
I know. With us, it's like one other dude, and then the original guy came back. So we're like, all right, well, we have an honorary member, you know. But I don't know. It's weird, But I think taking those breaks and just being smarter about how hard we push it, because it was easy when you were 25, 26 years old to hop in a van and just go. Just go
adventure.
for 9 months straight and come out, and
you guys are the official road dogs too. You have been for so long.
We do. It's just, now with the families and, those kind of things, you got to kind of figure out how it all coexists. But, it's still for the love of getting up there and doing it. 23 hours of hanging out and building up to that 1 hour of, all right, here we go.
Well, I actually, your first time here was 97.
Yep.
You guys are actually officially the first member that we know of the 20.
That is
the
awesome.
20, you guys can see this.
Right there. Look at that. LeJean's birthday.
Yeah, 97 was the first time.
1997.
So you guys are the first 20 times playing the Rave. So this is
that
like
is
our
awesome.
gift to you guys. So
that is killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very, very cool. Thank you guys
Official
very
road
much.
dog, Sevendust.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell the fans before we let you get out of here?
No, man, we're just, we're back in mode and we're going to be busy for a little bit. I think, that long break that we took kind of proved to us that, we're in this for the long haul.
Yeah.
We all were just
Another
dying.
20 years?
10 years ago, I'd have said, no, there's no way we'll go 20 years deep. But now that you throw the acoustic thing, it makes you go, all right, wait a minute. I could sit on a stool forever. So, maybe 30 years.
Yeah, there you go.
God willing.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate great many years of Sevendust music.
Absolutely. Well, thank you,
TheRave.com, Sevendust. John, thank you. We appreciate
Awesome.
the time.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.